guys, Lenny from Bowls Fan TV here, and today I'm going to be listing each club's best player in my opinion. So let's get straight into it. So starting with Bohemians, I've gone with Danny Mandrew. He's Bowls' best player by a mile, I think. He's got a good shot on him. He scored 11 goals last season and won the Young Player of the Season. He's going to go on to do big things in football, in my opinion. I think he might get a move to England in the next year or so, and maybe make a name for himself over there, who knows. Yeah, for me, Danny Mandrew is our best player by a mile. Next is Cork City. I've gone with Darragh O'Connor. He's got good skill. He's been one of Cork's only shining lights in their fairly bleak year and a half. If Cork get relegated, I reckon a big team in the League of Ireland could go in for him, maybe even a club in England. They signed him from UCD, and it's turned out to be a very good signing for them. Yeah, so Darragh O'Connor is Cork's best player, in my opinion. Next is Derry City, and I've gone with on loan attacking midfielder Stephen Mallon. Currently on loan from Sheffield United. He's already got a couple of goals, I think. He's a very good player and he has good potential. I think Devine has a good knack of getting players over in England and performing well in the League of Ireland. So yeah, I think he's their best player by a mile. Now on to Dundalk. I've gone with Michael Duffy. Very good player, constant threat down the left hand side. He won the Player of the Season in 2018, and I think though he is from Northern Ireland, I think he can represent Ireland. So hopefully now that Stephen Kenny is the manager, he can use his links to give Michael Duffy a call up. So yeah, Dundalk's best player, Michael Duffy. Next is Finn Harps, and even though he hasn't really performed there yet, I've gone with Barry McNamee. He's been good in the League of Ireland for a good few years now. He was at Cork where he was alright, and then he moved to Derry where he performed well. I was surprised he went to Finn Harps. When he left, I thought he would have maybe gone on to a bigger club, but he hasn't really performed there as of yet, but I think he will soon once the league comes back. So yeah, Barry McNamee for Finn Harps. Next is St. Pat's, and I've gone with Chris Forrester. He was good in the League of Ireland a long time ago. He got moved over to England, and I think it was Peterborough. It didn't really work out from there, but he's since come back and he's shown good promise, and he's Pat's best player in my opinion, just because of his technical ability and the fact that he can change the game. So yeah, Chris Forrester. Now on to Shamrock Rovers, and who else but Jack Byrne. He's the best player in the league in my opinion. Good set piece on him. He's always a threat taking corners. I reckon he will get a move over to England pretty soon. I think he did well in maybe the Championship or League One, and then hopefully he can move on to a team in the Premier League. So yeah, Jack Byrne is Shamrock Rovers' best player in my opinion. Next is Shells, and I've gone with Gary Deegan. They signed him from Cambridge during the winter window, and he's been a good player since he's come in. Good leader on the pitch. He used to play for Bowls. Then he went over to England. Done well there, and now he's back in the League of Ireland. And yeah, he's been Shell's best player so far this season. So yeah, Gary Deegan. Now on to Sligo Rovers, and I've gone with Ronan Coughlin. Very hard working player. He knows where the back of the net is, and he performed well last season with Romeo Parks. Now that Parks has gone alone to America, hasn't really been the best, but he's very hard working and always gives 110% every week for Sligo. So yeah, Ronan Coughlin. And finally, Waterford, I've gone with their goalkeeper, Brian Murphy. He's old now, but I think goalkeepers tend to get better as they are getting older. They signed him from, I'm not sure where they signed him from, but should be regarded as one of the best keepers in the league, in my opinion. He's definitely in the top four. Um, yeah, they kept him in the game against Pats on the opening day, so yeah, Barry Roy. So that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It's not the best of videos, it's only my first one, so hopefully I can learn more things and learn to speak a bit better. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you on next time. Bye bye.